Sunnyside, Queens is one of the most diverse communities in the world. Immigrants from across the globe call home. Recently, though, an anti-immigrant sign created by a national white supremacist group was anonymously posted in the community. The sign read, quote, "A notice to all citizens in the United States of America. It is your civic duty to report any and all illegal aliens to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They have broken the law," end quote. That, then, was the sign that was seen by New York City Council member Jimmy Van Bramer. He stumbled upon it as he was in the midst of his daily jog on the corner of 35th Street and Skillman Avenue in Queens, and he decided he needed to do something about it. He joins me now with the details and the community's reactions. Always nice to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So, what was your reaction when you're getting your run in, and all of a sudden, you know, there are always signs up around,
Sure.
And all of a sudden you see this one?
Shock, because as I grew closer to it, I could see the ominous message that was included on it, and also it looked semi-official. It had a real number for ICE and investigations unit. So that's what stopped me literally in my tracks as I was running, is the ominous nature of it and the fact that it was meant to intimidate our immigrant neighbors.
What'd you do then?
Well, I knew it had to come down because I didn't want one more family to go down Skillman Avenue and see that and think, wow, everyone's out to get me. So my husband was nearby at the gym that we go to. I wanted him to see it. And then I said, we have to take it down, and I want to record it and share it on social media because I don't know how many there are. They could be in lots of other places, but I wanted to let other neighbors know that if you see this hate, take it down right away.
What did you find out then subsequently about other signs being up and who the authors were?
Well, we found out very quickly that a white supremacist hate group in Texas, Vanguard America, has created this poster, took credit for creating these posters.
What sort of reaction are you getting from community members to these signs?
People are, for the most part, horrified, obviously. There's been a great coming together. Tragically, 2 more posters appeared last night. I didn't see those, but neighbors saw them and had already started defacing them and ultimately covered them up with pro-immigrant messages and neighbors about being sanctuary neighbors. So I'm really proud of my district and the people who are of good faith and of good conscience and who are protecting their neighbors. That's why we talk about being a sanctuary city, and a sanctuary city has to have sanctuary neighbors, neighbors who protect other neighborhoods, including all immigrants.
What would you say to one of your constituents who came up to you and said, look, I want you to understand something. I am not somebody like this group, all right? I embrace the immigrants in our community. But I'm concerned about illegal immigrants. And as a consequence, this person says to you, I'm looking at this sign, I'm saying, all right, we can embrace those who are here legally and are part of our community and have been assimilated into our community, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be enforcing the laws with regard to people here illegally. And if that constituent says to you, so for that reason, I'm looking at this sign and I'm thinking, all right, I'm not one of those people who put it up. I don't have the same kind of beliefs. But I also can see the notion of, look, if somebody, we say, if you see something, say something. If we see somebody breaking into somebody's house, we're told call 911. So what's wrong with being told if there are illegal immigrants here, we should let the government know about it? How do you answer that?
Well, first I would say that, in my view, no human being is illegal. This is a nation of immigrants. All of us come to this country, or our grandparents did, on a particular journey. For some, that included documentation. For some, it didn't. But what is so pernicious about this flyer and the response to it is that it's calling on people to become vigilantes. It is calling on people to identify and call into ICE enforcement agents people who they believe are undocumented. But how does anyone know who's undocumented? Simply by looking at them. What we're trying to do here, what they are trying to do here, is to profile, is to cast guilt upon every immigrant, regardless of their status, and to vilify them and to frighten them in their own neighborhoods. So I disagree with those who say, I support immigrants, but only certain types of immigrants. There are so many families in my district and in Queens and this city who are undocumented for one reason or another. They are peaceful, they are law-abiding, they are working, their children are in our schools, and they are good neighbors, and they need to be protected, not vilified. We cannot have citizens running around Sunnyside saying, I think that person's undocumented, I'm calling ICE. That's absolute insanity.
Is there anything legally that could prevent groups such as this group from Texas from coming to your district, to Queens, and putting these signs up?
Well, putting up the signs in and of themselves is illegal. It's defacing property. It's essentially...
And we all see signs, no posting of signs here.
That's right.
There's certain places, but you can't go around anywhere saying, I'm going to put a sign up.
For putting up these posters, if they could find who did them. So that's why we've asked the NYPD, the Hate Crimes Investigations Unit, to open up an investigation here. If we can catch those who are doing this on cameras, then maybe we can actually identify them and find them. I would also argue that these are hate crimes, and if that's the case, then folks should be prosecuted.
Last question for you, then. What do you say to your community members who come to you and say, you know what, I'm puzzled by this, I'm troubled by this, I'm in some ways frightened by this? What sort of advice do you give them? Well,
I would say if folks are immigrants and are frightened, know that the vast majority of us are here to work with you and even protect you. My office is a sanctuary office for every single person in my community. And this neighborhood, in particular Sunnyside, but Queens, is made up of good people, sanctuary neighbors who want to be with you, who will stand with you, who will fight for you. So don't be afraid. This is still a sanctuary city, even if there are some amongst us who have hatred in their hearts.
Councilmember, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Troubling times, troubling issues, but nice to get your perspective on all this. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
You be well.